Happy June! It's Pride Month, so happy birthday queer people! And also happy FNAF month for those who observe. The Dead by Daylight collab looks sick, and I'm excited for Secret of the Mimic. It's a very big month for me. I'm gonna switch things up a bit and talk about what cards are coming first, so we know that before going into meta changes. This month we have Platinum Jacket Deuce and Kalim, Ivorycliff Ruggie, Liongarb Deuce, and Tropical Wear Lilia, Floyd, Ace, Riddle, Jack, and Azul. So to move on to meta changes, we have like 2, and that's pretty much it. The current all cards HP average is 10,163.8, and attack is 5,281.9, so a -4 decrease and 6 point increase respectively. Although most of my tier lists are the same this month, I do have some changes. If this is your first time watching one of my meta updates, this is how I rank my cards and my mindset on that. S-rank cards are mono-element cards who are ready to go right off the bat. A-rank cards have the potential to be mono-element units. B-rank cards have 1 element advantage over the enemy, but for their other spell, it's either the same spell as the enemy or void. There's no disadvantage. C-rank cards are one of 2 things. For R and SR cards, they're enemy void, enemy, or void. There's no disadvantages, but there's no advantage. For SR cards, it's those same spells that I just listed for R and SR, or it's advantage-disadvantage, but the spell 3 is viable and not another disadvantage. D-rank cards have 1 element disadvantage as a default, and then either the same element as enemies or void, but their spell 3 is viable. F-rank cards have advantage-disadvantage, and you cannot rely on spell 3 to make this work better for exams. X-rank cards are the same as enemy or void, and then a disadvantage. And finally, if you see a dash, that means this card is just not viable at all for that exam, and there's nothing you can do to make it a better fit. These are cards that I think should not make the team, period. For my exams tier lists, I don't include D through dash ranked cards, but I do talk about card ranking in my card analysis segments, so it's something you should know. Let's start with our exam tier lists. Flora, HP, and attack are the same, and that also goes for the S and A rank only tier lists as well. The same thing is going on with fire exams. Every single tier list remains the same. Water, though, is where we have some differences. The HP tier list is the same, but for attack, Ivorycliff Ruggie takes the number 7 slot. Likewise, him coming to EN also changes the S and A rank only tier lists. For HP, Ruggie comes into the HP tier list at number 9, and the attack one at number 2. So yeah, some pretty big changes there. But going to the more generalized tier lists, yeah, there's not really any changes. Both R tier lists are the same, both SSR tier lists are the same, and the SSR and HP tier list is the same, but attack has changed. Ivorycliff Ruggie comes into the list at number 9. With the new meta changes out of the way, and we know what cards will be added to the game, let's go ahead and get into the character analyses. Deuce is an SSR defense unit. His max HP is 13,782, and his max attack is 5,274. His stats are pretty good. His HP is way above average, and while his attack is below the SSR average, it's at the all cards average basically, so not bad. His spell 1 is Zero Ray, his spell 2 is Fire Shot 2 and then Flame Blast 2, and his spell 3 is Leaf Shot 2. When it comes to exams, I'd give this card a B for floor exams, C for fire, and D for water. For skills, he's got HP Restoration, Nullify Curse, and Damage Cut. On spell 1 at level 1, he has a minor HP Restoration. At level 5, he gains a Nullify Curse to caster for 1 turn. On spell 3, he starts off with a minor damage cut to foe for 1 turn. At level 5, it's modest, and at level 10, it's major. His dual magic partner is Sebek, who gives him a minor HP and power boost. His other buddies are Floyd and Vil, who both give him a minor HP boost. Alright, so building. In order to Groovy Deuce, you'll need to get him to power level 40 and vignette level 3, minimum? Groovying costs 5 spade candy. As for uncapping, he'll need 0 to 12 SSR Awakening Perfumes. Each spell needs 351 notepads, 253 textbooks, 111 grimoires, and 318,000 thou marks. Spell 1 needs these in gray items, spell 2 needs red, and spell 3 needs green. In total, that's going to cost 954,000 thou marks. Focus on building spell 1 first. He has healing and Nullify Curse on that spell. Those are super good skills to have fully built. Also, I don't know if his spell 3 is fully worth it. I'm just gonna say that outright. I don't know if spell 3 is, completely worth it, you know? So, let's talk about alternatives to this Deuce. My recommendations would be Birthday Boy Floyd, Birthday Bloom Kalim, Labwear Jack, and Playful Attire Lilia. This Deuce is honestly pretty solid. I love that his spell 1 has 2 skills. That's fairly uncommon, not to mention, it's with healing and a rare-ish skill. Those are two of my favorite things, personally. Khaleem is an SSR balance unit. His max HP is 11,585, and his max attack is 6,227. His stats are at the SSR averages, so yeah, not much to say about him. His spell 1 is Force Strike, his spell 2 is Water Shot 2 and later Aqua Wave 2, and his spell 3 is Void Shot 2. When it comes to exams, I'd give this card a D for floor exams, C for fire, and B for water. For skills, he's got Power Drain, Damage Cut, and HP Restoration. On spell 1 at level 1, he has a minor Power Drain on foes for 1 turn, at level 5 it's for 3 turns, and at level 10 it maxes out in Modest for 3 turns. On spell 3, he starts off with a minor Damage Cut to foe for 1 turn, at level 5 it's Modest, and at level 10 he gets a tiny HP Restoration. His duo magic partner is Vil, who gives him modest HP boost. His other buddies are Riddle with a minor power boost, and Jade, who gives him a minor HP boost. Alright, so building. In order to groovy Kalim, you need to get him to power level 40 and vignette level 3. Grooving costs 5 headdress candy. As for uncapping, he'll need 0 to 12 SSR awakening perfumes. Each uncap costs 3 perfumes, so the more copies you pull, you'll be using 3 less perfume. Now I got spells. Each spell needs 351 notepads, 253 textbooks, 111 grimoires, and 318,000 thou marks. Spell 1 needs using green items, spell 2 needs blue, and spell 3 needs gray. In total, that's going to cost 954,000 thou marks. I feel kind of conflicted about what spell to focus on first for building. Like, I want to say spell 3 because of healing, but that's such a big investment for a tiny healing skill. It's not a bad investment in the long run, but I just don't feel super great saying go to that first. I think for Kalim, if you really want that healing, then by all means, but spell 1 might be easier to build. My recommendations for alternative units are Birthday Jacket Kate, Birthday Boy Epple, Outdoor Wear Sebek, and Soomsitter Jack. This Kalim is pretty solid. I'm a little disappointed about his healing, but I guess I should just be grateful he has it in the first place. He'll be nice for making enemies hit less hard, but honestly, I don't have much to say about him other than that. So I've already talked about these tropical wear cards before. I'm gonna go ahead and link that in the description and the iCard. I really don't feel like going over it again. But yeah, links for that are available. Deuce is an SSR attack unit. His max HP is 10,444, and his max attack is 6,703. So his HP is just above the all cards average, and it's below the SSR average. As a result, his attack is above both the SSR and all cards averages. His spell 1 is Force Strike, his spell 2 is Void Shot 2 and After Some Building Zero Ray 2, and his spell 3 is Fire Shot 2. When it comes to exams, I give this card a C for floor exams, D for fire, and C for water. For skills, he's got damage boost twice. On spell 1 at level 1, he has a minor damage boost to caster for 1 turn. At level 5 it's modest, and at level 10 it maxes out at major. It's the exact same thing for spell 3. So this card unfortunately doesn't have a vignette, we got furniture. You unlock each recipe with each vignette level. Level 1 is his outfit on a mannequin, level 2 is a themed frame, and level 3 is the arena stage thing that they do catch the tail on. His duo magic partner is Kalim, who gives him a minor HP boost. His other buddies are Trey with a modest power boost, and Ruggie, who gives him a minor power boost. Alright, so let's switch gears and talk about building. In order to Groovy Deuce, you'll need to get him to power level 40 and vignette level 3. Grooving costs 5 spade candy. As for uncapping, he'll need 0 to 12 SSR awakening perfumes. Each spell needs 351 notepads, 253 textbooks, 111 grimoires, and 318,000 thou marks. Spell 1 needs using green items, spell 2 needs white, and spell 3 needs red. In total, that's going to cost 954,000 thou marks. Because he has the same skill twice, honestly, I'd say just build whatever you want first. If you want that damage boost, go for spell 1. If you need more Kalim duo magic units, then do spell 2. So who are my choices for alternate units? I'd recommend Playful Attire Kalim, Birthday Jacket Rook, Ceremonial Robes Kalim, and Beans Camo Jamil. Basically, if you're a Scarabia fan, you're kind of set on alternatives, honestly. This Deuce is solid, although I can't say anything really stands out to me about him. I mean, I do love this card, look how determined and unhinged my son looks, but meta-wise, he's just kind of there. Ruggie is an SSR attack unit. His max HP is 8,658, and his max attack is 7,647. Ruggie's HP is massively below the all cards and SSR averages, but because of that, his attack is way above those averages. His spell 1 is Force Strike, his spell 2 is Water Shot 2 and later Aqua Wave 2, and his spell 3 is Fleet Shot 2. When it comes to exams, I give this card a D for floor exams, F for fire, and A for water. For skills, he's got Floor Boost and Curse. On spell 1 at level 1, he has a minor flora boost to allies for 1 turn. At level 5 it's modest, and at level 10 it maxes out at major. On spell 3, he starts out with a modest curse to foes for 2 turns. At level 5 it's major. Nothing happens to it at level 10. So this card unfortunately doesn't have a vignette, we got furniture. You can unlock each recipe with each vignette level. Level 1 is his outfit on a mannequin, level 2 is a themed frame, and level 3 is a table loaded with donuts. His dual magic partner is Jade, who gives him a minor HP and power boost. His other buddies are Riddle with a minor HP boost, and Idia, who gives him a minor power boost. In order to Groovy Ruggie, you'll need to get Hint Power level 40 and Vignette level 3. Grooving costs 5 Hyena Candy. As for uncapping, he'll need 0 to 12 SSR Awakening Perfumes. Each spell needs 351 notepads, 253 textbooks, 111 grimoires, and 318,000 Thalmarks. Spell 1 needs these in green items, Spell 2 needs blue, and Spell 3 needs green. In total, that's going to cost 954,000 Thalmarks. Like I'm sure some of you have noticed, he has 2 Flora spells, so that's gonna take way more green resources than blue. Just keep that in mind when building. When it comes to what to prioritize for building, I would go with Spell 1 because it has Flora boost, and it's easier to build than Spell 3. So what are some good alternative units to him? My picks this time around are Birthday Bloom Jack, Birthday Bloom Vil, Suitor Suit Lilia, and PE Uniform Lilia. Now, I will say there's actually a different R card I think would be a better fit, but as of me making this segment in March 2025, this is a JP only unit and I don't know when this Ruggie will come out on EN. I think Nightmare Suit Azul would be a way better budget card because he's the only one with Flora boost, but it's a Halloween card, so yeah, that kinda sucks. It's not like that Lilia is bad or anything, but Azul is definitely better in my opinion. As a unit that could be mono Flora, I'd say he'd be good in water exams anyways, but coupled with his Flora boost, curse, and extremely high attack stat, he's going to be fantastic. Although team comps are subjective and stuff, I think this Ruggie is probably going to end up being a mainstay for people who pull him, and he's always going to be in water exams. Like, he has so much to offer to teams. And that's it for the month. Thank you everyone for tuning in, and a very special thank you to my ladyfingers in waiting who support me and allow me to continue to do this. A giant thank you and telepathic snacky treat to Meechgal2189, Visa, Omimi, Eel, Annette, Kayla, Richter32, Yungumo, Crabjail, Lady Lunarine, Ukaku, Yoza the Kisaki, and Farah Foe. Thank you guys. And if you've made it this far, thank you too. And good luck with your polls. If you are polling otherwise, have fun, I guess. Okay, but anyways, bye everybody.